What's up with everybody? It's been a minute. No, it's been a while since I made my last video, but we'll get into it. So the last time when I posted a video of the car, I think it was at the dyno, and I think we had some fuel problems, injector problems, or something like that. So it's been probably 3 or 4 months since that video, and I've made a lot of changes to the car. I wouldn't really call them a lot of changes, but I've made some changes to the car since that video. And basically now the car is on CO2 boost control. It's on a I took the N2MB boost box off, and I went with a boost leash boost controller, something a little bit more controllable. With the N2MB, you know, it's boost by gear, and you you don't really have any control over how much boost the car launches on. So with how my car was doing, it ended up running I think it went like 11 something. I want to say 11.1 or something like that. And basically I had the 2-step set about around 5,600, and basically what the car was doing was as soon as I would come off the clutch, as soon as the car would or the boost box would detect that the car was moving, that it wasn't on the clutch sensor anymore, it would literally throw everything that it had, or where I had it set at in first, and basically the car was making too much boost in first gear, so it was causing the car to not 60 foot as good, not 330 as good. And you know, I made some changes to kind of resolve that. You know, it's not a fully built motor car or anything like that. It's a stock long block car, still has stock head studs in it. And I needed to do something to, you know, be able to get the front half down. So like I said, I went with the Motion Raceworks single gated CO2 kit, and the boost leash boost controller. I also took a little bit more weight out of the car since then. It's got Lexan windows. All the doors are cut now, as you'll see in the video, or in the clips, I'm sorry. And other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the same car. We're getting ready to go back to the dyno Friday, and whenever we get it on a dyno, it should make a little bit more than what it did. The car had a Bosch 044 on it, and I believe it was a knockoff, because when it got tuned before, it started running lean around 22 pounds, and that told me that, you know, I basically got scammed on the fuel pump. Nobody's fault but my own. Lesson learned. So I spent the money probably 2 months ago, and went and bought a Magnum Fuel 750. So that's what's on the car now. That's what we're going to get retuned on. Hopefully now we'll be able to turn the car all the way up and max out the 3 bars, or almost max out the 3 bars, and see if we can get this thing to go 1040s or better, 1050s or better. I know it can do it. Don't really have a doubt on the car doing it. I just need to make sure that the front half is good. I'm not running rear skinnies or anything like that. I'm still on light wheels in the rear, with a smaller tire basically. The car is just working. It ended up going 1091 at 130 after I made a clutch pedal adjustment. One of the springs on the pedal, the clutch pedal, was broke. So I took it apart. A friend of mine, Anthony Bradley, gave me a clutch pedal assembly, and I basically just took the spring off of it and put it on mine, put it back together, went to the track, and first pass off the trailer, didn't touch anything, didn't turn the car up or down. First pass off the trailer, the car went 1091 at a 130. Waited about 10-15 more minutes, and it went back up and backed it up, and it went 1091 again, except this time at 131. So it picked up 1 mile an hour to the 8th and out back. And then the third pass, It went 1093. The track started going the way at that point. The 60-foot got worse. The 330 started getting worse. The mile an hour was still there. So at that point, I went to attempt to make a fourth pass, and the car just slowed down even more. So I knew right then that the track was going away. Too many street tire cars on the track. They weren't really prepping it like that. Had a radial lane, and then they had a regular lane, and the regular lane was working a lot better than the radial lane. So you had people switching lanes at that point, and then, like I said, the track just started going away. So but I'm gonna throw these clips in here. It's not a long video, just to kind of give you an update of where the car's at and how the car's been doing. And Friday I'll whip out the camera again, record some videos on the dyno, and then track day testing tune coming up. I'll make sure I throw a video together for you guys and see if we can get this channel growing.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Dropping gravel all over the fucking track.